I think I found my soulmate. Yeah. The only thing is that she currently identifies as lesbian, which is semantics. Her girlfriend also identifies as he, she. And I'll be honest, I'm a little intimidated by her. She's got more tattoos than I do. She's more handy than I am. And she's got the secret sauce. She knows how to make her come every single time. I'm kind of at like this 10% success rate, which probably explains why she doesn't really see me as like competition. Men aren't really great competitors towards lesbians, apparently. So my soulmate actually suggested this idea. She was like, hey, I think you should invite the two of us to a sex dungeon. That way we can all get to know each other better. Yeah, what a world we're living in, huh? And the thing was, like, I have this like soul-melting like connection with her. We did acid together, and I was like, man, like this is the one. And then I watched them have passionate lesbian sex for 8 hours straight. And, now I'm not so sure. But you know, they say sex isn't everything. So what happened was, after the dungeon, we all ended up back at my place, and what I didn't realize was I was signing up for front row seats to the Splash Zone. And you know, I'm over here just minding my own business. I'm taking notes because I'm seeing shit for the first time. Like I'm seeing strap-on, dildo play. I'm seeing 60-90. I'm sorry, no, scissoring for the first time. Like I never expected to see that in person. And then the next thing I know, I just get a face full of hot squirt. And like I couldn't believe my eyes. There was squirt reaching parts of my room that I didn't even think was possible. Yeah, so suffice to say, I didn't really get a lot of sleep that night, but I walked away with a profound appreciation for the art of lesbian sex. And I learned so much that night. It actually inspired me to want to like spice things up in my own, sex life. So I took this kink test. I don't know if you guys know this. You can take a bunch of questions, kind of like the Myers-Briggs, and then at the end you get the results of what kind of kink you're into. And I scored 100% for being vanilla. Unfortunately, just means I'm boring as shit in bed. It also could potentially just mean that like I just didn't have enough trauma growing up. The only traumatic experiences that I can remember, ironically, all involved me peeing somehow. So when I was 3 years old, my grandma, she was trying to teach me how to pee standing up, but she always had a cigarette in her mouth. And I was like coughing and I'm just peeing everywhere, and it was, I don't know, like I developed this really huge hatred for smoke. And it's like now to this day, if I make out with somebody and she smokes, even just a little bit, like I just end up pissing all over her face. It's like it's an emotional trigger response. I think that's how trauma works, right? And the second experience, when I was 4 years old, this guy comes into the bathroom and he picks the urinal stall like right next to mine, and immediately he like looks over, he's like looking at my pee-pee, and he justifies this. He's like, oh, like this is normal, like Jesus is always watching us, especially when we're peeing. So like now, I can't pee without an audience. It's unfortunate. But the third thing, when I was 5 years old, and I don't know how this keeps happening, but this guy came up to me next to me in the bathroom, and he's like, hey, like you have a decision to make. Ladies, I don't know if you know this, but in public men's bathrooms there are like two choices you can make. There's like a higher urinal and like a lower urinal. The taller one's for like adults, the lower one's for like handicapped people or like kids. And he said to me, he convinced me that if you pick the taller urinal, you are basically announcing to the world that you have a small pee-pee. And the logic behind this is that, like, okay, like if you have a dangling schwanger, it's obviously like, in order to get it into the bowl of a taller urinal, you have to like lift it up, and so it's like inconvenient. So like subconsciously now, even to this day, every time I go to the bathroom, I pick the lower urinal. And it's just so that I can like tell everybody in the men's bathroom, like, hey, like I got this big, pee-pee, which is like not true at all. But it is what it is. Well, I got like really off topic. So the other day, I was getting tied up, and this girl, she asked me, she says, "Hey, like, would it be okay if I fingered you and eat your asshole?" And I was like, I wish I had said no. There's like this whole like cleaning ritual that I would have loved to participate in. I wasn't prepared. And I think, I don't mean to sound ungrateful or, like I didn't enjoy the experience. Because like I got to try a lot of things that like weren't vanilla, which is great. But I just don't think I have an appreciation for like anal play yet. It's really hard to sit when your asshole's all torn up and swollen. Have you guys ever heard of cucking? Yeah. Okay, we know what cucking is. I tried that for a bit. I dated this prostitute for a couple months, and, so I didn't really have like a say in the matter. It was a profession. But I used to drop her off like at the office, or like the Four Seasons Hotel, for example. And after her appointments, I would go and pick her up. The thing was like she usually like wanted to give me a kiss after, like on the lips. The thing is like I know what that mouth do, and like that's her specialty. So like it wasn't really for me. But I think like if I was a good cuck, I probably would have done it. There are perks to dating professional sex workers. Obviously, like sex is amazing. Also, like, are daddy issues really issues if you like being called daddy? Yeah, really that. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this.
Oh man.